Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for being here as always, and we are going to talk about The Triple Dark, Episode 2 of Star Wars Resistance, and the first regular episode. And it was a pretty strong regular episode, at least in my opinion. To be totally honest, I actually think that Star Wars Resistance probably has the strongest beginnings of any of the Star Wars animated shows, including Clone Wars and Rebels. I feel like the story beats might be slightly exaggerated, just so that then younger audiences can kind of get a grasp for them, or if it's just that I'm getting more used to picking up on them, or what it is, but the basis and the bones of what the main point of the story of the overall story of Star Wars Resistance is already starting to form in my mind, but it's also not forming in such a way that it's going to turn into rock hard concrete that will then be shattered by whatever the showrunners end up deciding to do, if that's not what I want them to do or not what I'm expecting them to do. There are a few negatives that I'll get out of the way first. Kaz is goofy, but as a side note, there's that whole bit throughout the pilot episode, the whole theme of Kaz never really accomplishing anything for himself, and the only reason why he is a glorified traffic cop, basically, which is really what the New Republic military is at right now, is because his dad is a senator. So it makes sense for him to be pretty incompetent. Maybe not as incompetent as he is in this show, and there's certainly the issue of, in a logical universe, Poe Dameron would never handpick him to be a spy for the Resistance. Yes, you're correct. It's a show meant for 10-year-olds. It's okay. Star Wars also has giant space worms and giant space whales and giant space Cthulhu monsters, and it's not meant to make sense. Now, the overall plot of The Triple Dark consists of basically a pirate attack, but it is formed in such a way that it allows you to learn more. It's a world building episode. It forces you to learn how the Colossus society works together to deal with a threat like a pirate attack. It forces you to understand how and why maybe the even extra seedy parts of the Colossus populace would act in that sort of way, or in that sort of situation. And it's so rewarding to really feel like a place is alive. I've never really felt that in any of the other Star Wars animations. I know that Greedo has been going on and on and on about it on his channel with his reviews, his excellent Resistance reviews that he's done so far, that the world building in this and the way the Colossus just feels alive. You get to see how the Colossus operates in normal, everyday circumstances, and you get to see how the Colossus responds to outsider threats, like what will probably be the mid-season finale, where they're going to be hit by the First Order full frontal for the first time, or the end of season 1 finale, and the mid-season finale will just be a really big pirate attack. Whatever it's going to be, we now know how the Colossus responds because of this episode. We now know that Kaz is actually kind of intelligent in the way that he uses that feedback loop in order to disrupt the pirate attackers' communication. The fact that even though that this is an incredibly isolated station and it does have a lot of criminal-y flavors to its culture and its society, it's by necessity designed and has fallen into the habit of, when serious things are happening like a pirate attack, everybody that can't fight goes into lockdown. Everybody that can fight mobilizes immediately. We now know that that's a thing. We're also now starting to get our hints as to how dangerous the First Order is and where it is in the political situation. It is very much a lurking monstrosity out just outside of the light source, or out of the illumination. It's sitting just inside of that dark corner of the galaxy. And people know it's there, but they're not wanting to admit that it's there. And because of that, the rest of everybody doesn't know, has no idea that it's there. But it is incredibly dangerous, and it does have a lot of fingers and a lot of different pies in the way that it's controlling the pirate gang that attacks the Colossus, in the way that the pirate gang talks about how they're going to punish the guy that screwed it up. You start to get hints to the viciousness and the ruthlessness of the First Order and the kind of standards that it has for its employees. Star Wars Resistance is shaping up to be a damn good series. Even if it is skewed towards even a younger audience than the Clone Wars or even Rebels, I'm thoroughly enjoying what we're getting so far. We shall see. Yeah, the humor is still kind of hit or miss depending on your personality. I really like the Niku jokes and stuff. The character of Niku as comic relief. A lot of people I know don't like that. I personally am not super crazy about the Kaz comic relief of him being kind of a bumbling idiot, but I know a lot of people are super cool with Kaz being the comic relief. Either way, this is exactly what I expected, which is I was expecting a Rebels. In other words, some fun 22 minutes of Star Wars once a week for however many weeks the season runs. Sweet. I'm so down with that. Because this is all we have really until Celebration. And after Celebration, even then, we won't be getting The Mandalorian until at least fall of 2019. And then episode 9, of course, doesn't come out until December 2019. So I'm very, very thankful that we're getting these little bite-sized pizza rolls of Star Wars every once in a while. And I look forward to seeing more and more episodes. Now, just a little bit of upkeep on the channel. I know the streams have been super irregular, and video uploads have also been pretty irregular. That is good now, because this Saturday, I'm sure that you guys probably already saw on Twitter, the wedding happened technically yesterday for me, but by the clock, it's actually 2 days ago. It's about 2:45 in the morning for me on Monday, the 15th. The wedding was on Saturday. No more wedding planning. I am now someone's husband. So that is awesome. I don't know why she did that. I'm going to roll with it though. And now that that is taken care of, Monday is still going, rather this morning, here in a few hours, whatever, after I get some sleep. Going to be very busy returning tablecloths and, paying this caterer and going to the courthouse to give the marriage license or the wedding the wedding license in order to get the marriage certificate, whatever the terminology is. Lots of errands and stuff to run today, Monday. Hopefully I might be able to squeeze in a quick stream here on YouTube. We shall see the day of this video's upload. If not, there will definitely be a stream at least on Wednesday for certain. And I am off all this week too. Work is still crazy, but things will start to get a little bit more regular now that I'm not running around with my hair on fire trying to make sure that there's silverware coming with the caterers or whatever. So, thank you guys for your patience as always. May the force be with you guys. Take care.